Welcome to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I am Stacey Earlywine, and I am really looking forward to this show today.
I know. I'm excited about this one, too. It's going to be fun. I like the fun ones.
It's It's fun. Doesn't have anything to do with the history of Clay County or anything.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. We were filming back a while, and I mentioned something about Ann Landers.
Yes.
So I thought it would be fun to dig up a bunch of
Old Ann Landers. We're going to talk about advice columns today.
And let me tell you what, some of them I can't read to you guys.
Yeah. Some of them were a little risque.
Right. You can't believe
what they printed in the paper.
I got this book, Ann Landers. This Ann Landers book. It is the best of Ann Landers, her favorite letters of all time. And I started reading to them. I'm thinking, man, I could do that. Boy, look how thick this book is. We could go forever.
We could do a whole show on her. I mean,
I could do several shows.
Yeah. Series of shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we get into that, though, school's coming to an end. Can you believe it?
My family is so ready for school to be out. It is not even funny. We are done. We're checked out. It's over.
Yeah.
The schools aren't doing anything right now anyway. The testing's over and things are winding down. They're having more fun days and stuff. Like, let's just bring it in, folks.
You know, I've never understood. Once everything gets accomplished, well, this is because the state's involved probably or whatever. But
they have to do
if it's done, it's done. Why keep going? It's over.
Because they have to they have to check all the boxes. They have to fill up all their days. I know.
I don't like to check boxes.
Me either.
That's silly.
Yes, I agree.
Well, your month's fixing to get crazy anyway.
My month is already crazy. So we are in May 2024, and things are busy. There's graduations going on. Malia just finished. She just finished college and is graduating with it. She's done. She took her last final. She's done with college. She's graduating, and she's
Is she going to go through her ceremony?
She's not. She doesn't care about that because she's focused on more important things, folks.
Well, she don't have nothing going on.
She is getting married in 3 weeks, and it is.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it is busy, and we have a lot of things, last-minute things that we're doing to get ready and talk about, and it's
like nuts because it's like when you're doing a wedding. I'm assuming it's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Then there's like weeks of nothing.
Yeah,
and then. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Right. And we kind of have everything done, but at the same time, there was just a few little projects that we thought, that might make an extra cute touch, and so, like, just little things like that I'm working on. And
who's making the cake? That's the most...
Laura Harrison's making the cake, and my mother is making the cupcakes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So there's going to be both, and there's going to be different flavors, and it's...
Now, darn it, we just had a conversation about our sugar... Because I'm
I know.
Is she gonna make? Is your mom gonna make red velvet cupcakes?
Yes, she is.
Gosh, I love red velvet cupcakes.
I know. So
the only one I don't like chocolate cupcakes. As much as I love chocolate everything, I do not like chocolate cupcakes or chocolate cake.
Have you had her chocolate cupcakes? Because they are really good, and I'm more of a white kind of cupcake girl.
That white cupcake your mom makes.
Her white cupcake recipe is called wedding. It's called white wedding cake.
It's
ridiculous. It's the only white recipe she uses anymore, and it's amazing. And
I feel like
she will have that there.
I feel like the texture. There's something about like the texture of the cake on a chocolate cake, I think, is not as soft. It's a little bit. It's a different texture. I'll eat.
Yeah.
I'll eat. Come on.
Yeah. Well, you can have more than one cupcake at the wedding and taste them all.
Oh, I planned on.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great wedding, and we are super excited about that. Mm-hmm. And the other two kids are finishing school. Carissa is having she shoots competitive cowboy action shooting, and
is that this weekend?
And well, it's every weekend in good weather, in fine weather.
In fine
weather. It's every weekend. But this coming weekend is a very big shoot in Evansville. It brings in a lot of people from all around, and it's her first big
So
shoot.
It's a competition.
Oh, it's a competition.
And what is she shooting? Targets?
Yeah. So, oh gosh. Cowboy action shooting is you shoot targets and you use the guns like they would have used in the 1800s. So you have to use period-specific guns and ammunition, and you have to also dress the part. So they do it in costume as well.
Oh,
so
fun.
You have to dress like a cowboy.
Annie Oakley?
And that does not mean, and in the beginning I was naive. I thought it meant snap shirts. Actually, that's not really correct either.
No, they mean
the real deal from back in the day. So you have to dress country western like back 1800s.
Ooh, what'd you find her? Women. Okay, real talk. What's she gonna wear? So
a lot of the women take it real seriously, and they wear a long skirt and like more like a prairie outfit. Some of them dress more like a lady of the night.
That's what I was.
Some of them do that, like Annie Oakley kind of look. Carissa, she just does jeans and a flannel shirt. Really, is her look. She doesn't get into the, and she might eventually.
Maybe she will.
Yeah, maybe she will.
That would be fun if she would.
Yeah, and a cowboy hat. She wears a pink cowboy hat, and the thing about cowboy action shooting, and you can Google all this, like this is a nationwide actual event, and it's really hard. And so some people are quick to discount it because they think, oh, you're just out there dressed up shooting old guns. But it's really hard, and everyone has an alias. So you do not go by your actual name. Mm-hmm. So no one knows her name is Carissa.
It's like truck driving.
She is the blonde bandit.
The blonde bandit.
Her Jason is Burn Through. And yeah, and everyone has a different name. So they have to shoot targets. They use each round is 3 different guns. So they shoot a pistol, a rifle, and a shotgun. So you have to know how to shoot all 3. You lay one down, pick up the next, and then the scene changes. So you might shoot something that's like at an old jail, or you might shoot a scene that is like at a saloon, and you have to do things in the right order. So you have to know the pattern, and you have to be accurate, and you have to be fast all at the same time.
Wow.
So the pattern might be you shoot, 1, 2, and then you go 5, 6, and then over here, is 7, and you have to do it all in the right order. If you get the order off, then...
Wow.
So there's a lot to it. And she's actually very good at it.
Yeah, she likes
She's like her dad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's good.
So if you were, what would your name be?
If I had an alias?
If you had an alias. And
I don't know.
A gun.
I don't know.
Seriously, you have these people that have aliases, and you've never thought about what your gun alias would be?
No, because I have no interest in doing it. I cannot shoot.
I don't like guns. Guns make me nervous.
I don't mind guns.
They make me nervous.
I'm fine with.
Well,
I'm fine
they
with
make me nervous. Somebody make me mad.
I'm a terrible shot. I'm like terrible. I'm the opposite of Jay. Like my husband's really, really good at it. Me, like I'm what they call like when you shoot, you're supposed to have the same dominant eye as your same dominant hand, and I'm the opposite. Like I'm left-handed and right eye dominant, and so then that makes all of anything I'm aiming at is like whoop, off. Nothing.
Well,
nothing
my attention span, I'd be like, hey, what?
Yeah, you would be you would be disqualified really, really quickly.
Oh, I would. No. I don't have a gun because I just like.
Yeah, but if you're interested in how cowboy action shooting works, find it on YouTube. There's tons of videos. It's a lot of fun. And if you're interested in shooting, they do it locally at Sisney.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I just thought my alias would be Hot Shot.
Hot Shot.
Hot Shot.
Well, it's probably already taken.
What?
Yeah. There can only be one. Oh. It's kind of like when you choose a password. Sorry, that is already taken. Or you choose a username, and sorry, it's already. That's how the aliases are.
Loosey goosey.
Probably already taken. I'm just saying. There's a lot. There's thousands and thousands of people that do it.
Spacey girl.
Spacey Stacey. That might not be taken.
There it is.
Okay. What do you have? An ad about cats?
That was my. Yeah, I got one for you. That's what my name. Hot Shot in high school was not my name, and Loosey Goosey wasn't, but Spacey Stacey was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
I've always been a little crazy. Yeah. So here we go. I picked this for you.
Oh yay!
First of all, it's a cat ad.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's show the picture here. Oh, we got a black. There he goes. Whoa.
Oh. Technical difficulty. There we go, Ty. Okay.
There he is. Puss in Boots.
Okay, cat food.
Yeah, have you ever heard of this?
Nope, I've heard of the storybook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. It's like, see what it means to be a Puss in Boots cat. Your pet is livelier, healthier, happier on Puss in Boots diets. Cats love Puss in Boots. It's made just for them. A fresh caught whole fish. Really? Do you really believe that?
That's gonna smell bad.
Yeah. A fresh caught whole fish with added cereals. A complete all-in-one diet.
Added cereals? I don't think that's good.
Puss in Boots, that's why you never heard of it anymore.
Uh-huh.
Puss in Boots supplies all the vitamins, proteins, and carbohydrates found in beef, liver, salmon, milk, and food from the table. Feed it daily for 30 days.
Oh.
And see what it means to own a Puss in Boots cat.
Oh, I wish I could have shown all the pictures of the cats that are above it.
I'm going to
okay.
have. Can you zoom in on me? Can anybody zoom in on this? If I put this picture up here, yeah. Look at this, because I'm going to read some of these. Where's my camera? Is this camera working? Let's see. Okay, so look at these little kitty cats.
How cute!
Look at the cat.
Oh.
Look at the cat in the shoe.
Yeah, he's having
It's like
a great
he's
time.
really, really laughing.
Yeah.
See, your cats don't look like this anymore because you're not a Puss in Boots cat.
Yeah, you gotta feed him this food to make him laugh out loud.
I love the little kitten on the left. She's like, but
Uh-huh.
I want to play in the shoe.
Yeah.
But I love the way they've done this because it looks like the
I
cats
think
are
those
like
are
really
three
happy.
kittens, and that is the mama cat, and she's getting ready to spank that cat's butt.
She is. She is definitely.
She's like, get out of Tommy's shoe.
Let me read some of this. This is so funny. So at the top of that, at that cute little ad, she's a proud mother. Why shouldn't she be? She and her kittens are Puss in Boots family. Feed Puss in Boots regularly. They're at the top. They're at top form, brimming with the liveliness that makes them fun for everyone. Mom's not worried about her kittens. They're healthy and strong, with coats sleek as her own. That's because their tasty Puss in Boots diet answers every known nutritional need. One more. And as the kittens grow, they'll be wonderful pets. Happy Puss in Boots cats, making their owners happy too. For a Puss in Boots cat is an effective pet, alert, curious, and lovable.
So just feed your cat that, and you will have the perfect cat. It
Right.
has nothing to do with their personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Puss in Boots. Have you ever?
Nope, I have never. What year is that? 52. That's the one that's.
Oh no, this
52?
I love this one. Yeah.
1952.
Yeah,
I think.
1952. I love this magazine, and because there's a ton of fan. I'm
Yeah.
going to use this one forever of this 52 man. But
Uh-huh.
I'm starting to. How can I make this?
I do not know. There might be a way to
I don't know.
find that. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm thinking about just taking it apart and putting holes in it and just putting it in a.
In a binder.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but that's a lot to.
That's a lot of work, Stace.
That's a lot of work, and I'm not about that.
No, that'll take a while.
Oh, yeah.
Just keep limping along.
Okay, we're just going to keep limping along, and we are going to take a commercial break, and we are going to come out with Ann Landers and talk about her sister, Dear Abby, a little bit, and go over some hilarious things people wrote
Advice.
into. Advice, yes. We'll be right back.
At your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville, you can count on experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, the Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville carry a large inventory of Napa products for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced associates understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa Know-How at your locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores in Flora and Louisville. Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
We like technology at Flora Savings Bank. Here's what you can accomplish in our mobile banking app in less than 30 seconds. See account balances in your transactions, set up an account alert, make a transfer between accounts, get an alert text message about your transfer, pay a bill, turn your debit card off and then back on. It all happens in the palm of your hand with our free My Bank to Go app. Search My Bank to Go in the App Store or Google Play and give mobile banking a try. Flora Savings Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. We are having fun on set today.
Oh, gosh. My husband and his stupid memes.
Yeah.
He just put one out on Facebook and said, and he captioned it, "This would be awkward." And it said, "Why am I the only naked person at this gender reveal party?" Only Jim would come up with something stupid like that.
Oh, gosh.
So, we're going to talk a little bit about Ann Landers.
Ann Landers.
I've got her book, and I've got her, but like her twin sister was Dear Abby. So, before I start jumping into this, let's do a little history on the girls.
Sure, let's go back even further than these two girls. We're going to talk about how did Ann Landers get started, the column Ann Landers. It was actually started in 1943 by a woman named Ruth Crowley. Crowley. She was the one that actually started it, and it was an advice column in the Chicago Sun-Times. But there was a catch to the Ann Landers. It wasn't her real name either. Ann Landers, I guess, was just a average Joe name that they picked to use in the paper. But Ruth was the first person that answered the letters. She did not stick with it, and then it was taken over by the one that we know as Ann Landers, and that is a woman named Pauline Esther Friedman Phillips, and Esther Pauline Friedman Letterer. So one of them was Dear Abby, and the other one was Ann Landers, and these were two twin sisters.
But their names are not Abby and Ann.
They are not. So the one named Pauline Esther Friedman Phillips, okay, that was better known as Abigail Van Buren of that Dear Abby column. Okay. So these two they were Jewish twins, born in Iowa on July the 4th, Independence Day.
Oh,
17 minutes apart in 1918. Okay, and then the one known as Ann Landers later was Esther Pauline Friedman Letterer. Okay, so the reason this is confusing, folks, is because this mother of these two twins, she named one twin Esther Pauline, and she named the other twin Pauline Esther. Who does that?
What?
Come on now. I know it's 1918, but no, she just switched their names around. So what's your middle name?
Lynn.
So that would be like if your mother had twins and she named you Stacy Lynn, and then she named your twin Lynn Stacy.
Which would have been fantastic if I would have been double. Just saying.
Just saying.
If there was only two
the
of me.
World does need more Stacys.
More of me. Stacy Lynn Stacy.
What a tongue twister. I don't know. And their maiden names were Friedman. Okay. So you have Esther Pauline Friedman, Pauline Esther Friedman. Okay. One of them married a letterer, and the other one married Phillips.
Okay.
Letterer. Ledder.
Letter.
Okay. All right. So one became Dear Abby. The other took over Ann Landers.
Okay.
So the sisters were already in their late 30s, and when the first Esther and then Pauline entered the advice business. So Esther was known as Eppie. So she kind of dropped the Esther, and everyone called her Eppie. Eppie Letterer.
I like Eppie. That's cute.
She won a contest to replace the original author of the Ask Ann Landers column for the Chicago Sun-Times in 1955. So Ruth did it from 43 to 55.
Yeah.
And then they had a contest to figure out who would
take her that column.
I wish I would have been around. I would have entered that contest. I'd love to. Really good at that.
I would want an advice column.
We should start one in Clay County.
Hey, listen. Okay, so
Dear Beth and Stacey, write to us at, by the way, with bethandstacey@gmail.com.
That's
right.
We
will do this on air.
So even Ruth, the column was always Ann Landers.
Yes. It was called Ask Ann Landers.
Ask Ann Landers forever.
Forever and ever.
Okay.
Probably the man that ran the Chicago Sun-Times decided that sounded like a good name, and he wanted an advice column, and that he started it, and he hired Ruth to do it.
So Ann Landers is just a fake name.
It is a fake name.
Got it.
All right. And so then Eppie Letterer won the contest to replace Ruth. And by 1993, the Ann Landers column appeared in 1,200 daily newspapers with 90 million readers. I read her every week in the papers.
Ann Landers
back when there was a daily paper, I read it daily.
Me too.
Making her the world's most widely syndicated columnist. That I'm going to come back to because there's actually another article I read that said Dear Abby had more than Ann.
But there we go.
But when Lederer began writing the column, her sister contributed by reading some of the letters and suggesting answers. The Sun-Times, however, forbade the partnership, and Phillips, she went by Popo. So the real Dear Abby really, in her real life, went by Popo.
Popo.
Don't call her Popo. She decided to write her own column. She was like, fine, you won't let me help my sister? I'm going to write my own.
Yeah.
Dear Abby took off and soon became the chief rival, and then that led to a feud.
Between Dear Abby and...
Between the twins.
Now, was Dear Abby her own made-up thing? So Popo actually made up, that's her, Dear Abby.
Uh-huh, yes. Both columns were straightforward tone, practical advice, and a firm but modern moral sensibility. So the other thing I took away from this article is that it says both women were politically liberal. So it says that they were liberal. Okay, liberal then meant something different than liberal today.
Yeah, liberal back then was
liberal,
not crazy.
It said they used their columns to condemn racism, sexism, and anti-Semitism, and to advocate for women's rights.
Yeah, that's not what liberals do today.
No.
But
they were Jewish, so they were very against anti-Semitism. Okay, so Esther Lederer, who was Ann Landers, she died on June 22nd, 2002. And no one replaced her. They dropped the name and everything. Some newspapers started running something called Annie's Mailbox, but it wasn't the same. And Pauline Phillips, who was Dear Abby Popo, she retired in 2000, and then she died from Alzheimer's disease in 2013.
Okay.
But then her daughter, Jeannie, started writing Dear Abby.
Brought it back.
Mm-hmm. And then Ann Landers' daughter, Margot, she started writing an advice column called Dear Prudence, and now writes one called Dear Margot.
So what happened with the feud? Did they?
It was short, and there's not a lot of information on that.
Okay.
So, but they did kind of get into it for a bit.
Well, yeah, because, I can see Ann Landers' point. I can see her point. Just because we can't be partnership, not that my doing, and then she literally became her sister's rival.
Yeah, so
competition. That kind of sucks.
So depending on which source you go by, one says that Dear Ann Landers was bigger, had more readers, and the other says that Dear Abby was. This source says Dear Abby was the most syndicated newspaper, and she had 110 million readers, while Ann Landers only had 90 million readers. Yeah. They were neck and neck. I mean, if a newspaper didn't carry Dear Abby, it did Ann Landers. Yeah. Personally, I preferred Ann Landers. I
don't think I've ever read a Dear Abby.
They're very similar, but I always just thought Ann Landers was kind of.
I like her.
She made me giggle sometimes. So.
Yeah, she was. I pretty much agree with. Pretty much with everything I was reading.
She was very common sense, and that's what I liked about her. Yeah, common sense.
Yeah. So this is this book I bought. It's Ann Landers, The Best of Ann Landers, her favorite letters of all time.
Okay.
Okay. So I just went through here, and like I said, some of them I really couldn't. Some of them got a little racy because I was surprised at what
they asked. Yeah, they did ask a lot of questions that weren't maybe appropriate for the dinner table.
Yeah, and let me just say, after reading some of these, there's some freaks in the world.
Oh, yeah. Reading some of these, and you're like, makes you thankful for your own problems, that you don't have some of these people's
there's
problems.
Nothing. Yeah. So this is the very first column that she wrote on October 16th, 1955. This is her very first letter she took. Dear Mrs. Landers, I've always regarded most marital mix-ups as very humorous. Until now. That is, when the noose is tightening around my own neck. We have been married 10 years and have 2 sons. I like auto racing, but my wife has no interest in it. Which, honestly, you would think, when I was reading these, I think she had more men write in than she did women.
Maybe so.
Lots of men.
Men were trying to figure out their wives.
I was really surprised that it was a lot of men. My wife has no interest in it, so I've always gone without her. This is great. I've fallen for a woman with 3 children who is also very fond of auto racing. Her husband is ignorant and impossible. This may sound corny, but I think she would be a wonderful companion for me. I suppose you think I'm a louse, but I am stumped. I would like to have your advice on this problem, Mr. K.
Oh boy, bet she lets him have it.
Time wounds all healed. Time wounds all heals. Heels.
Oh.
And you'll get yours. Do you realize that there are 5 children involved in your little racetrack romance? Don't be surprised if you wake up one of these days and wish you had your wife and sons back. You are flirting with a muddy track on Black Friday. And the way you're headed, you will get exactly what you deserve. Boom!
Boom, chakalaka. I knew she would let him have it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
And
dang, Ann.
he didn't take her advice. I don't know who he is or where he is, but I can about bet you, no, he probably left his wife or some woman at the racetrack who wasn't even interested in him.
I love it. Time wounds all heals. H-E-E. Yeah, she had his number right from the start.
Yep.
These are, I'm telling you, these were so funny. I'm going to mark these off because some of them are kind of long, and I wanted to get through what I could. Okay, here's another one. Dear Ann Landers. So that was Dear Mrs. Landers. So now it's Dear Ann Landers. My husband has been pulling a stunt that embarrasses me to tears. This is a Stacey Early White comment that she would write about Jim. When we have company, he puts on a Tarzan outfit, leopard skin over one shoulder and leopard shorts, paints claw marks on himself with lipstick, tucks oak leaves in his hair, grabs a banana and goes up in the tree and waits. When guests arrive, he starts making chimpanzee noises and swings down on them. Everyone laughs hysterically, but I am secretly humiliated. Why would a guy in his 30s behave like this? I suspect he is very immature.
You think?
Signed, Jane. Dear Jane, not necessarily. Your husband's exhibition. What is that word? Exhibitionism.
Exhibitionism.
Exhibitionism? Your husband's exhibitionism has more to do with the satisfaction he gets from the laughter. I suspect he hungers for an appreciative audience, and this act is a surefire hit.
He just wants some attention.
He just wants some attention. He's the class clown.
And he just wants to be funny.
Yeah, don't we all? Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back because I've got several more to read to you guys.
Okay, we'll be
back.
back.
Some of them are good.
If you're looking for a loan for your brand new home, call Clay County State Bank. If you want to transfer money so your future will look sunny, call Clay County State Bank.
We got checking and savings and bill pay too.
An online banking, just ask our crew. For all your banking needs, we think you will agree.
Clay County State Bank is the place you need to be.
Clay County State Bank.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Tomorrow. Some fear the uncertainty it brings. Some trust the promise it holds. At Grinnell Mutual, we are always looking forward to tomorrow, growing and innovating. So even if the plans you have for the future aren't the same as the plans that the future holds for you, you could be ready. Because we'll be ready, like we have been for over 100 years. Trust in that. Trust in tomorrow. Talk to your mutual agent today.
Your local agent is on the square. Louisville, Clay County Farmers Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. Today we are discussing Ann Landers.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I just assumed their names were Abby and Ann.
Nope.
Very interesting.
Their names are Pauline Esther and Esther Pauline.
Pauline Esther and Esther Pauline. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay, here's another good one. Dear Ann Landers, I am married to a kind, considerate, thoughtful man.
But is this going to be one of those conversations?
Because everything before the but's a lie.
Yeah.
It's the second marriage for both Ben and me. We are in our 50s. Ben's children are in their 20s. He has given them cars and paid their golf fees, and he continues to hand over spending money and buy them luxuries. Nobody works. They are all in college, for which their father pays, of course. When I point out that his kids are taking advantage of him, Ben becomes sullen and uncommunicative. Our marriage would be perfect if it weren't for this problem. What should I do? Clear view is how she signed it. I kind of disagree with this one because I'm not sure when this letter was written, but I don't know. I kind of disagree with how she writes on this.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Dear Clear, lay off. Your husband knows you are right, but he can't help himself. His relationship with his children was established before he met you, which I agree with.
Yep.
I agree with that.
She knew that going in.
She knew that going in. The principal reason for the failure of the second marriage is kids. So watch it, dear, lest you become a statistic. Harsh words from Anne.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like we know what happens whenever. So these kids are probably just the leeches on life that we know of now. Mm-hmm. As far as the second wife, I agree with what she said. You knew going in, he had these kids. You knew what type of man he was. Let that go. But on the other side, I'd be like, you're going to ruin them if you continue.
Yeah, but she's never going to get through to him.
Yeah, so she's got to let it go.
She knew.
Yeah.
She just needs to let it go.
But him taking care of everything, sometimes, as we know today, in the world we live in, does not work. Mm-hmm. Let's see. What else did I find here? Okay. Dear Ann Landers, here's a new one for you. First, let me say that I am divorced and the father of 3 wonderful children. I love them very much, and I try to spend as much time with them as possible. At present, I am with them about 3 days a week. Recently, my ex-wife asked that my present wife, Babette.
Okay.
Babette.
I shouldn't judge by name, but already I'm like, he's with the floozy.
Babette. That's a weird name.
Babette? I don't know.
Babette. Watch the children okay. Recently, my ex-wife asked my present wife, Babette, to watch the children every day after school while she works. This means until 6:30 in the evening. It seemed like a great idea to me since the children get along very well with Babette, and our home is a pleasant and familiar place to live, a place for them. The problem is that Babette believes that she should be paid the same as any other child care provider because she is performing a service for which my former wife has paid others in the past. My former wife feels that Babette is obligated to watch the children for free because they are, after all, my children and she is now my wife. Babette says it's not so much the money, but the idea that my ex-wife is just trying to take advantage of her. I love my children and am in the middle of a battle between these 2 women who are not crazy about each other to begin with. Do you have a solution? Between a rock and a boulder in Colorado. See, and I can kind of see both ways on this one, too.
I only see it one way.
You see it one way. Okay, we'll see. Don't tell me which way it is yet. Dear rock or boulder, whichever seems more comfortable, I can understand Babette's resentment because she feels your ex-wife is taking advantage of her. However, in my opinion, she should be willing to take care of the children without being paid. After all, they are your kids, and she is their stepmother, not just a person sent by an employment agency. I suspect this may be Babette's way of sticking it to your first wife. Not only is her behavior ungenerous, but if she loves you, such mean-spiritedness will not do much to enhance the relationship. Is there an unbiased third party who can talk to Babette? She puts, when I printed this letter, I had no idea it would create such an uproar. Stepmothers and ex-wives all over the country wrote to let me know how they felt. A radio talk show host did an entire show around this column. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with her answer. Babette does not need to be paid.
Yeah. They are her.
That is the stepmom.
Yeah.
And they should be glad that they get the opportunity to spend as much time as they can with the kids. And if the kids are there from 3:30 to 6:30, sorry, those are your kids.
Those are your kids.
You don't get paid.
I felt the same way too.
Those are your kids.
Yeah, because it's like you're the, it's like, and is she taking advantage?
No. It's called co-parenting.
It's called co-parenting.
And the fact that so many step-parents got bent out of shape and wrote to her, get over it.
Yeah. Because it's like, what? Because it's like, you're just kind of, why bother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, oh, your husband's probably paying child support.
Yeah.
You're just getting, I don't know.
I know.
I just thought it was weird.
So if the mother starts paying Babette, what's she going to do? She's going to take him back to court and increase her child support.
Well, yeah.
It all cancels each other out. Just work together, people.
Yeah. Like I said, they're your why wouldn't you want him? And why doesn't, okay, here's the other thing. I mean, doesn't he want to see his kids? I mean, it's like you're paying your husband to see his kids.
Yeah.
See, I've never liked that. I never liked it. Here's the other thing. One thing I always drove me crazy. When a husband would say, well, I'm babysitting my kid. No, you're not, baby. They're your children.
You're parenting.
You're parenting.
You're not babysitting.
And I don't like it when people who are divorced be like, oh, I got to babysit the kids. It's like, they're your children.
Yeah. You're not babysitting.
Take care of your children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I was, what was this? I'm just going to read one of these. Dear Been There. Let's see. Okay, Dear Ann Landers, I couldn't believe your answer to Between a Rock and a Boulder in Colorado. The writer wanted to know if it was fair to ask his wife, Babette, to take care of his children from a previous marriage. Babette said okay, but she wanted to get paid. This ex-wife insisted that she should do it for free. You agreed. Taking care of 3 children every day from 3:30 through dinner, and that's not very long.
No.
Through dinner is a huge responsibility. You said asking to get paid might be Babette's way of sticking it to the ex-wife. I believe it's the other way around. It's the ex-wife way of sticking it to Babette. It looks to me like the ex is looking for free child care, and you fell for it. Dum-de-dum-dum. Been there in Auburn, Kentucky.
Yeah, been there. Yeah, another stepmom that thinks the same way as Babette. No, not a fan.
Yeah.
Get over yourselves.
Dear Been There, she writes back, you would not believe the avalanche of mail I received on this subject. Keep reading. Then somebody, Dear Ann, you blew it. Would you ask your mother, father, sister, or brother to watch your 3 kids on a regular basis? 15 hours a week? 15 hours a week is nothing.
Yeah.
That is nothing. 15 hours a week without offering to pay them? And if Babette does resent this, as she rightfully should, how will she treat these kids? Don't print my name, please. I prefer to be anonymous in Colorado. So, because you're not going to get paid, you're going to be a crappy stepmom?
Yeah, sorry. That's not.
Sorry.
Be a nice person, people.
Be a nice.
Grow up.
Yeah. That would almost be like, well, I watch my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. Do I want my son to pay me?
Yeah, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
You watch them come to you. Yeah, you're all wrong.
You're all wrong.
You watch the kids because they're you're their husband's responsibility. And if I was the ex-wife, oh yeah, I'll pay you. By the way, we're going to court next week. Mm-hmm. I would do exactly what you did, and I'm going to get double what you want.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I don't want you to have them through the week at your house, so I'm going to take them. You have to take them off site.
Uh-huh.
You could get real ugly real quick on that.
Yep, you sure could.
Yep. So we agree with Ann, or Dear Abby. No, who am I talking?
You're talking about Ann.
Am I talking Esther?
You're talking about Esther Pauline.
Esther Pauline or Pauline Esther. I'm confused on the names too. Okay, here's another good one. Okay, where am I at here? I'm marking them off as I go. Dear Ann Landers, what can a mother say to a... Now this one
Okay.
What can a mother say to a 14-year-old girl who is spoiled, disobedient, and disrespectful, and who screams, I know I'm a rotten kid, but it's your fault because you raised me? Yeah, the kid's right. Don't raise a rotten, spoiled brat.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I raised her all right. Her father was too busy playing golf, going fishing, and traveling to sales conferences. So now we've got mom and dad fighting about everything.
Okay.
He never could spare the time to give me a hand with this girl. I need an answer, Ann. Tongue-tied mother in Appleton, Wisconsin.
What she need an answer on exactly? I'm confused.
Yeah, well, because she's like, she
How do I
realizes
handle this
she's
kid?
realized she's raised a spoiled, rotten brat. I've always said this. I'm just going to give you some more advice. If you let your children talk back to you when they're 4 or 5, wait till they're 16. If you can't control them at 4 or 5, you might as well just let it go. Because if you can't control them then, you ain't going to when they're teenagers. Just saying, and that's where this mother... And then now she's want to blame her husband.
Yeah,
because
she
of
passed the
golf
buck
and
pretty
stuff.
quick.
She passed the buck pretty quick, but if she's spoiled, disobedient, disrespectful, she probably gets everything she wants. Dad is he's a traveling salesman, so he's gone, so she's basically blaming him for her not
Okay,
being...
what does
Okay, here
Ann
we
have
go.
to say?
Dear mother, untie your tongue and tell your daughter, yes, I raised you, and I'm sorry I didn't do a better job. If you don't like the way you are, then make something better of yourself. People can change if they are willing to work at it. Be my guest.
Good for her.
Yeah, Ann was like, yeah.
Short and sweet, to the point.
I'm going to tell you what, being working with the public for 37 years, you can always tell. I'm telling you, over the years, I've always been shocked at the way some kids can be. I want. That's what you're supposed to, that whole, what is it they say?
No.
Spoil your, what is it? Spoil your children, raise your grandchildren. Raise your children, spoil your grandchildren.
Ah, that's wise words. That should have been your ending quote.
It is, because I believe in that. If you spoil your children, you're not doing them. And I tell people this all the time. You are not your child's friend. You are their parent. You can be friends with them when they become adults. But when because they're like, oh, my 5-year-old's my best friend. Well, then you're stupid, because you shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. Why are you putting that pressure on her?
Right.
And I hope you don't talk to her the way I talk to you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next letter.
Keep going on. Dear Ann Landers, I am writing to tell you about my 4 amazing dogs.
Okay.
They play the piano.
Okay.
Ginger is an apricot toy poodle who plays T for 2 with her right paw. Pepper, another poodle, can play the C major scale with his right paw. He also sings while I play the harmonica. Rusty, who is Pepper and Ginger's pup, plays the pentatonic scale with his left paw. And Gigi, an apricot toy poodle, plays the C major scale. These dogs do several other tricks and have been entertaining people in nursing homes, in schools, and at private parties for several years. I have tried to get them on national television, but I guess I just don't know the right people. To my knowledge, they are the only piano-playing dogs alive. Can you suggest a way to get them a bigger audience? John Bubby, Tallahassee, Florida.
Man, he needed TikTok, didn't he? He needed some Facebook Reels back in the
totally
day.
did. But what's so funny, like everybody else has aliases.
Yeah.
No, not John.
No, he wants his dogs
Not
to be
John.
famous. Reach out to me, please.
She said, Dear John, I do not book animal acts, but maybe I can help by printing your letter. Perhaps Johnny Carson or David Letterman or Arsenio Hall might be interested. If you're in the phone book, John, maybe you'll get a call. Good luck. So,
Wonder if that ever worked out for John. Well, that was clever. I mean, he's reaching out, trying to find somebody to help him get famous with singing dogs.
Do you think, though, that they really
could do it?
Because I can't. I play the piano. I tinker around on a piano, and I'm feeling bad that a toy poodle can outplay me.
I really believe they can do it.
Some dogs are.
Poodles are supposed to be like the most intelligent breed.
Are they? A poodle is?
That's what I heard once. I don't own a poodle.
I would love to hear them sing.
Yeah.
Because some dogs talk. This is like the Beloved Pets and all this type of stuff.
Okay.
This area in the book. But yeah, they're amazing.
I think that he probably trained them to just tap it out. I mean, did they do it like... No, it was probably like...
D. Yeah. D. Maybe that's how I should try to play the piano.
You should.
I think I might start.
That was a good one.
Hey, wasn't that funny? This is kind of scary.
Okay. Man, we're covering all the bases today. Funny,
Scary.
sad, scary.
This is weird. Okay. Dear Ann Landers, we went to visit my brother-in-law and his wife last weekend, and I'm still shaking from the experience. My sister-in-law told us when we arrived that we would have to share the children's bathroom because the bathroom connected to the sun porch where we were to sleep was not usable. Okay? No other explanation was given.
Just don't use the bathroom that's next to your sun porch / bedroom.
Right.
It's not usable. So if you have to go to the bathroom, go to the kids' bathroom.
Go to the kids' bathroom.
Got it.
After I unpacked, I went into the adjoining bathroom just to wash my hands. I almost died of fright. There was a 5-foot alligator in the bathtub.
Oh.
I ran downstairs and asked my sister-in-law what that thing was doing in there. She was very cool about it and said the kids had been given an iguana by their uncle last year and it had just kept growing. So this lady doesn't know the difference between an iguana and an alligator.
Okay.
Iguanas are still terrifying, by the way.
They get huge, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I asked what they planned to do with it, and she said they'd probably give it to the zoo as soon as they could talk the children into parting with it. She also said it was harmless, and I was silly to be so upset. Can you imagine how bad that thing stunk? Mm-hmm. And really, are you never taking it out of the bathtub?
yeah, I feel really sorry for it.
I feel sorry for the iguana.
That's a terrible environment because they need heaters and all this stuff.
Yes. I didn't get much sleep that weekend. I still shake when I think of it. Having an alligator in an adjoining room is not my idea of a restful weekend. Please tell me if something that looks like a crocodile is harmless and if an iguana can grow that big. It must have weighed 30 pounds. No one in Grand Rapids has ever seen one of those things. Signed Fraidy Cat. Dear Cat, your sister-in-law gave you the straight goods. Iguanas can grow to be 5 feet long. I think it's criminal that animals are sold to the public as novelty toys for kids. Totally agree.
Yep.
Thousands,
She was always right on the money.
She always was. Thousands of baby chicks and bunnies suffer the same sad fate at Easter time. Mm-hmm. Most people don't know what to do with the chickens and rabbits when they grow up. That poor iguana was not meant to flop around in a bathtub. I hope your sister-in-law takes him to the zoo soon. Please tell her I suggested it. Animals have rights too.
Good for her.
Boom.
Boom.
And on that note, we're going to take a commercial break.
Be right back.
Do you bowl like this? That's great. Do you bowl like this? That's great too. That's because whether you're a pro or you just want to have a lot of fun, at Peggle's Silver Dollar Lanes, we have a lane for you. We have galaxy bowling, gaming for kids and adults, Joe's Pizza, a full bar, darts, pool, and fresh and clean bowling shoes. Boy, does that smell nice. So come on down to Peggle Silver Dollar Lanes in Effingham, where we have a lane for you.
My name is Robin Stanford. I own Stanford Marketing. It's a promotional products business along with an embroidery business. And we do custom hats, t-shirts, anything, you name it, we can make it. People like that we do stuff in-house and we can actually make things here and that we're not contracting the work out to other places. We never say no. We always try to find a way to do it. If anybody can do it, we can do it. We are hardworking women, that is for sure. Come to Stanford Marketing in Flora for all your custom and promotional needs.
Give me all your lumber. Doors, paint, windows, electrical, plumbing, and much more. Oh yeah, give me all your guns too.
John Lucas,
What?
you better be dreaming about all the stuff we sell here at Zink Building Center.
Oh, I would. Zink Building Center in Louisville on Route 45. It's a cool place.
Welcome back to By the Way with Beth and Stacey. I am Beth Cooper.
I am Stacey Earlywine, and we are going over some Ann Landers columns.
Yes.
Dear Ann Landers, I have been married to this woman for 18 years. She has a lot of good qualities, but her temper is fierce.
There's that. She has a lot of, but. So Stacey and I have been talking about when people say but, everything before the but was a lie, probably. A lie. She has a lot of good qualities, but.
When she gets really crazy, she bites me.
What?
What? I never thought much about it until
He never thought much about it?
until I read an article in the paper about how dangerous a human bite can be. No kidding.
These people are idiots. Keep
Isn't
going.
a human's mouth supposed to be dirtier than a dog's? Something like that? Please print the facts so people who bite will stop it.
I don't know any adults that bite people. I don't.
Not unless you're Hannibal Lecter.
I know some children that have been biters, and you bite them back and they stop.
That was me.
This wife needed to be bitten.
An official in New York City
Ouch.
Health Department started to keep track of human bites, along with animal bites, in 1977. He said he was just amazed to discover that more than 900 people in a single year reported that somebody bit them. Most bites occur during fights. Hands and fingers are bitten more than any other part of the body.
Is this from her or from him?
This
still?
is him. This is him still writing.
I hope she tells him to bite her back.
Occasionally, a person gets bitten accidentally, like during a sports event. Ooh, who got his ear? Oh, remember Mike Tyson bit somebody's ear off?
Yeah, that was not an accident.
No, that happened on purpose. But almost all bites are the result of aggressive behavior. Most people bite between March and August. What? With June being the peak month.
Of course, you only bite in the summer.
It must be the heat.
They were sweaty. I mean, it makes me cranky.
Saturday is the most popular day for getting bit. Teenagers and young adults do the most biting. Knuckles are the most common location for bites. What? This usually happens when someone is hit in the mouth.
No.
All human bites should be seen by a physician if the skin is broken. Victims do not seek medical attention within 24 hours may be in serious trouble from a human bite because it can produce massive swelling and cause severe pain. I hope I have helped draw attention to a subject most people don't pay much attention to, but they should. Sign me. Lucky to be alive. Oh, so he's not wanting. Okay, here's the thing. He just wants her to put it out there so people will quit. But he doesn't want advice on what to happen with his wife.
Oh, he just wants people to be aware of the.
Thanks for giving me a letter that my readers may sink their teeth into. Some of the facts you came up with will be news to millions of people.
That's all she said?
Yep, because
she didn't address the fact that
he should shut his wife down.
Yeah, bite her back.
Isn't that hysterical?
He would probably go to jail if he bit her back. But
well,
she would probably call the police.
I'd be biting.
Why is she biting him?
I don't know, but that's weird. But because I did once you start reading into it, it's like, oh yeah, he doesn't want. Yeah. This may be my last one.
Okay.
I think this is on page 206. Dear Ann Landers, a letter in your column changed my life. When I was 13, I began to pull out my hair.
Oh, that's a real thing.
It is. I always thought it was a bad habit I could overcome if I just tried hard enough.
How old was she?
13.
Yep.
Try as I might, I never could stop. I had been criticized, harassed, embarrassed, and ashamed about this habit for 25 years, now 42 years old. About 2 years ago, I read in your column about trichotillomania, compulsive hair pulling, an obsessive-compulsive disorder. It was reassuring to learn that I was not alone. You gave the address of the Trichotillomania Foundation, and I wrote for literature. I learned that approximately 25 million Americans suffer from this disorder to some degree. There is no known cure, but drugs prescribed by a physician can be very helpful. I am happy to report the drug worked for me, and I no longer pull out my hair. Apparently, the hair pulling was caused by a chemical imbalance, and the medication corrected the problem. I am so thankful. I want to pass along the message. Hopefully, it will work for others. Golden West. Dear Golden West, your letter made my day, and you can bet it will be a tremendous help to the countless others who have the hair pulling problem, and I don't know what to do about it. And they don't know what to do about it. Anyone who needs help can get help by writing for this literature, and she puts it out there.
Mm-hmm.
But how, I mean...
That's a good...
So, I mean...
She did reach people in a good way.
Right. It's one of those things that where you're like, when you read this stuff, it's like, you know, you think it's the funny things. Lots of people write to her about sex and that type of thing. Mm-hmm. Like I said, a lot of the book I couldn't do. Mm-hmm. But we may hit on this again sometime. But... But yeah, I didn't realize the medical advice she gave to people.
Yeah.
She
I
gave
didn't really realize that either.
Yeah, there's a whole segment in this book. Real quick, I'll just go through. Here's some of the things that she writes about, which it makes you wonder if she had a psychology degree or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if they did. They probably didn't.
I don't think they did. And I just want to say that it would be really hard to do this same job today.
Yeah.
Because
you'd get sued
she
now.
would get sued.
Yeah.
They would pick apart her answers and sue her for passing
everything.
along false information.
Right. Here's just some of the contents: love and marriage and in-laws from hell, columns from the bedroom, children and mixed blessing. I love pets, but an iguana in the bathtub. Straight talk about cancer, AIDS, and other health problems. Mental health to the edge and beyond. Where in the world did that sock go? Addictions, the wrecking ball of love, health, and careers. The nightmare of physical abuse and rape. Age is only a number, baby. Nice work if you can get it. Bury me in my 1937 Dodge. Psst, want to buy a Porsche for $50? No BS, no MA, no PhD, and I got the job. Play it again, Sam. So I didn't realize exactly how much. I mean,
She
people
covered
come to them
everything.
for serious stuff.
Yeah, they did.
They really did.
And they were respected. It was a respected answer. No, but nowadays everyone just wants to argue. So even if somebody agrees with you initially, they want to argue.
Well,
so it
and-
would be nothing but more letters and being argumentative.
Well, and here's the other thing today. You can't talk to people like that nowadays. You can't get people advice because they get mad about it. What we want to do now is we want medication. We want a pill to fix everything instead of just saying, you know what, you're being stupid. Stop. Like, 'cause she was blunt. You be blunt like that, they'll be like, oh, you hurt my feelings. I need a therapy puppy.
She's offensive. She's offensive.
Yeah. We need to
people
go
would-
back to that more because
I know.
because sugarcoating and enabling does not work, and we can see that. It's shocking to me the amount of people that are on medication, and I feel bad for them because I feel like we just.
It's
don't wanna
shocking to
tell-
me the amount of people that can't have a conversation or debate a topic without getting their feelings hurt.
True. Yeah, it is what it is, right?
Yes.
Okay, we got to go real quick because we're almost done.
Okay.
This is from H. Jackson Brown Jr. Never let the odds keep you from doing what you know in your heart you were meant to do. Never let the odds keep you from doing what you know in your heart you were meant to do.
Yep. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Was that the same Jackson Brown sang in the
Jackson
70s?
Brown. I don't think so. H. Jackson Brown Jr.
Okay.
The fact that he's got an H in front of his name, I'd say probably
not.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. We're done.
Okay, well, that was a super fun show.
Different.
So I liked it.
Something
but
different.
As always, we're on Channel 100 Catch TV daily at 11 a.m. You can also find us on YouTube, by the way, with Beth and Stacey, and we will catch you next time.
God bless you and have a great day.